So this is Jim Wynorski's adaptation of the Stepford Wives. This is the Breastford Wives. I'm Jay Harangue and I talk about soft porn and stalker movies.
You should subscribe.
So this is Rob and his wife Laura. They're tired of city life in LA, so they've moved out to a small town in the country. They've just arrived, so they decide to take a look around, and then they bang. They pull up to their new house.
Come on, honey, let's go inside.
Rob's like, let's start unpacking. But Laura's like, nah, I'll do that.
Why don't you take a walk and check out the neighborhood while I clean up here?
So the first person Rob bumps into is his new neighbor, Millie. Millie's like, you must be Rob. Want some wine? And Rob's like, yeah, sounds good.
This is really good wine.
We make it ourselves.
You have your own vineyard?
Well, actually, the whole town does.
Millie explains that the town of Breastford has a communal vineyard and that all the residents share the wine. Rob's like, wow, that sounds great. And then they bang. When Rob gets home, he says that he met one of the neighbours and she seemed really nice. Then the doorbell rings. It's Jackie, Marla and Tori. They're all members of the Breastford Women's Association. Rob's like, what brings you ladies here? And they tell him Doc Brady sent them.
Doc Brady?
He's the town doctor, and he's also the mayor of Breastford.
He's also the head of the PTA, the chairman of the Breastford Country Club, and the chief of police.
Wow.
So it's clear that Doc Brady is a pretty big deal in Breastford. Rob decides to leave them to chat about women things, so he's going to go down to the gym and work out. Laura's like, do you want some wine, girls? The previous owner left loads of bottles here. When she goes to get the wine, Jackie goes down to the gym to see Rob. She's like, have you had a good day, Rob? He's like, yeah, and then they bang. Upstairs, the wine is really affecting Laura.
Wow, this is great.
So Laura shows Marla and Tori around the house, and they get to the master bedroom.
Oh, yes, look at that, a hot tub. Why don't you two try it out? We thought you'd never ask.
Yeah, so that's happening. Later, at Doc Brady's house.
Status report.
They've both been affected.
I've never met a couple so ready.
They're both willing and ready participants.
Very good work. Well, it looks like we could skip the second phase and move right on to the final metaphorical procedure.
Doc Brady presses a button on his remote control and then they bang. Back at Rob and Laura's, they're drinking wine by the fire. Laura's like, everyone's really friendly around here, but those girls seem a little weird. Rob's like, nah, they seem fine to me. And then they bang. Later that night, Rob thinks he hears a noise in the house, so he goes downstairs to check it out. It's Tammy. She's the daughter of the people who sold them the house. Instead of asking her to leave, Rob decides to repeat the last word of every sentence Tammy says.
You must leave here.
Leave?
You're in great danger.
Danger?
Your wife will fall under the power of Dr. Brady.
Dr. Brady?
He's made all the women into his sex slaves.
Sex slaves?
And then they bang. Next morning, Rob tells Laura what happened.
Are you serious?
Well, most of it anyway. He's decided he needs to get to the bottom of this, so he calls Dr. Brady.
That's strange.
What did he say?
He's been expecting me.
So Rob goes over to see him. The receptionist asks them if he'd like a glass of wine.
No wine. Water would be great.
So she puts something in his water, and then they bang. When he goes through to Dr. Brady, he's meditating.
Rob, it's so nice to finally meet you.
Rob's like, last night a woman broke into our house and started saying all this weird stuff about how we need to get out of Breastford. She said we were in danger and that all the women here are your sex slaves.
Did she tell you her name?
Tammy Cooley?
That explains it. Come into my kitchen.
Dr. Brady's like, yeah, Tammy's dad made some bad investments and I refused to bail him out when he asked me to. Tammy is just in a mood.
Oh, I see.
Rob's like, yeah, she even told me how you plan to turn my wife into a sex slave. So that's all cleared up now, and Rob heads home.
He just left. Go ahead with final phase.
On his way home, Rob sees Marla on a balcony. She says, I'm a painter. Want to come in and see my paintings?
Okay, but just for a few.
Don't worry, I won't keep you for long.
And then they bang. So within the first 48 hours of moving into a new house with his wife, Rob has shagged 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 women, not including his wife.
Very impressive indeed.
Speaking of Laura, she's at home drinking wine. Laura loves this local wine. When Jackie and Tori turn up, they tell Laura that there's some even better wine that she can only have once she's joined the Breastford Women's Association.
Well, that makes sense.
So she says, okay, I'll join tonight.
Why don't we go outside and take a hot tub together?
So in the hot tub, the wine has really kicked in and has put Laura into some sort of trance. When Rob gets home, Laura's not there, but Tammy is.
They've taken her.
You're crazy, you know that?
Since you've been here, hasn't every woman offered you something to drink? And it lowered your resistance to their charms, didn't it?
Yeah?
He's gonna steal her soul and turn her into a sex slave. All the women that remain here are no longer human. He controls them with this.
The hell is that?
My father helped design the procedure with Brady. Brady had him killed.
What do I do with it?
Just press the button. I've set it to the deactivation mode.
What about Dr. Brady?
The drones will take care of him.
So Rob and Tammy are off to interrupt the ceremony. Now, unfortunately there's very little I can show of this ceremony, but I'm sure you can imagine the sort of thing that's going on.
Drink and be free from your old life.
But Rob has arrived and he presses the button on the remote. All the girls seem to realise exactly what's been happening immediately and attack Dr. Brady.
Good. Good.
Let's get out of this town.
We will.
And that's the end of the film. So until next time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and check out this other video. Thank you.